Plans to negotiate an economic and free trade agreement between the EU and Japan have been launched with a phone call between Brussels and Tokyo after a summit was postponed over the Cyprus crisis. Japan is still recovering from the earthquake and tsunami of 2 years ago, but it is the EU's seventh largest trading partner, and a free trade deal could boost Europe's exports to Japan by 30%. A win-win scenario? We asked two MEPs, Danish Socialist Christel Schaldemose and British ECR member Saeed Kamal.
The EU-Japan trade deal would be definitely good for both sides, because actually it would make sure that industries in both sides are more competitive facing competition, but also it would give consumers in Japan access to some of the services that we are very good at in the EU, but also give EU consumers access to more Japanese products.
In general, we always see when we have a free trade agreement that we get more trade in general, and that is important because that creates jobs.
Japan still has non-tariff barriers in place, so are there risks?
There are always risks involved in any trade negotiations. Both sides will point to each other's so-called non-tariff barriers. But I think the thing we have to remember is that one person's health and safety standard, one person's food standard is another person's non-tariff barrier.
Japanese companies are building factories in Europe in order to produce their cars in Europe, and that creates European jobs. So I'm not sure that we should be so worried.
Europe's motor manufacturers have expressed doubts. Are they right to worry?
I think what they're probably concerned about is actually another excuse that they're worried about more competition, because the EU car industry does have overcapacity, and frankly the EU companies haven't dealt with that overcapacity.
It's always understandable that people get a little bit afraid of new things coming up, but I do trust the Japanese automobile sector when they're saying that they will try to create jobs in Europe.